That's my room. Oh, that's the way out. Where? Okay, that's the other way out. Ah, here he is.
Did you need something? That fabrication terminal has been very useful.
A data storage device that once contained Hades. Collected by Varl? It was also useful for me. As you can see, I managed to get all of my overrides. I imagine this is probably saved for when we get to DLC.
Your Zenith friend has been smart enough not to come in here.
Huh.
Bravo. You managed to sway a Zenith to your side. Care to explain?
Nope.
Not a chance. I thought you said the weapon was ready.
There's always room to optimize. But that's not why you're here. I assume you want to comprehend my undertakings. So, ask away.
Since when were you so forthcoming?
Since you turned this into a waiting game. And as it seems you have found modest success, perhaps I'm willing to be generous.
Tell me about the weapon. How does it work?
I've upgraded the delivery system. It now emits a wave-like effect covering a significant distance.
That doesn't fully answer my question.
No, but I'd be a fool to reveal its inner workings. After all, why did you withhold your plan for dealing with the Zenith drones? Yes, even you can appreciate the value of secrecy when warranted. Suffice it to say that the weapon will work. The intricacies of how is knowledge that is mine alone.
Alright, so...
Okay, so your big plan, everything you've been manipulating for the last few months. Let me see if I got this straight. You learned about the Zeniths from Hades when you interrogated it. Then you came up with a plan to defeat them by using a Tenakth army and that weapon. And to get the Tenakth to fight for you, or rather the Sons of Prometheus, armed Regalla's rebels with override tech.
Did you have an actual question, or are you still playing catch-up?
So all this time, even before I found the coordinates at the Spire, you were out here scheming. Why couldn't you just tell me?
When I learned of the Zenith's return to Earth, I laid out my plans. I knew I would one day require an army of overzealous Tenakth to assault the Zenith base. The casualties would be extreme. And I knew you would never allow such a sacrifice, no matter how necessary. Thus, I devised a means to remove your interference from the equation at the Hades Proving Lab.
You wanted me to surrender to the Zeniths at the Hades Proving Lab. They almost killed me.
Based on everything I knew about them, I concluded they would find you a useful asset, thereby keeping you out of harm's way and, more importantly,
out of his.
out of my way.
So you really didn't know they had their own clone of Elizabeth?
No. Unfortunately, there was no way I could have known that particular detail.
Detail? Well, I guess if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be here today. Why create the Sons of Prometheus? You didn't need a Sarah to make override tech.
They were a necessary safeguard. My time serving Hades in the Eclipse demonstrated the risks of getting directly involved. Through the Sons of Prometheus, I could execute my plans, all while remaining anonymous.
Except to a Sarah. How did you get a Sarah to work for you?
I knew there was an associate of the Oseram tinker, Durval, who escaped his failed assault on Meridian. It was trivial to track her down and gain her cooperation. She wanted to succeed where Durval had failed.
So you promised her Regalla, and the Tenakth. The Sarah would help you create a machine-riding army, and wanted to see Meridian burn as much as she did.
And so a partnership was born out of thirst for blood, bonded in mutual self-interest.
You think you had everything figured out, huh?
He did. If they had just decided to capture me at... If they just decided to capture Aloy at the Hades Proving Lab, or if Eric had actually done his job properly, this whole situation would be going very, very differently.
Why help Regalla take over? If you wanted an army, you could have just gone to Hekarro.
Before Regalla's rebellion, Hekarro was only concerned with battling machines and fostering friendships with the Carja. Even if I gained his ear, he would never agree to send his forces to battle a threat he couldn't understand.
That is true. Hekarro's physique isn't the only thing that's imposing. The man is surprisingly intelligent. Well, intelligent isn't the right word. After all, the Tenakth, as far as I know, don't have anything resembling a school. But he is very astute, I think is the right word. He never would have taken all of this... Vroom vroom. He never would have taken all this on the chin and just walked along and just followed right after Sylens like a puppy dog. And if at any point he realized that Sylens was, setting him up to take the fall, I couldn't tell which one of them would have been scarier.
So helping a
Him or
bloodthirsty
Asira.
exile was easy.
Or,
Yes.
Regalla.
Exceedingly so. All Regalla craved was war against the Carja and anyone who threatens the Tenakth. She would have led the tribe into battle without question, which was precisely what I needed.
If you gave her a dozen tremor tusks, she would have said the whole world. If you had given her, a dozen tremor tusks, a couple of dread wings, maybe a slaughter spine or two, and all the bristlebacks and claw striders her rebels could possibly ride, yeah, she would have thought the world was hers on a plate.
While I was out there, I had a couple
The tribe from across the ocean. And?
Their entire tribe was shaped around the discovery of focuses. One of them, Alva, even joined me here. Don't you want to know more about them?
No. They stumbled upon the greatest technological artifact from the ancient world, and what did they do with it? They shrouded the knowledge they unearthed in mysticism and taboo, creating a pantheon out of corporate shields.
Yes, well, it also led them to Thebes.
Did it now?
The problem is I got a feeling that him and Bohai would get along very well. They both understand the value of information and how to exploit it and the people around them.
So those run-ins, on one of them I teamed up with, we found Faroe at the end.
You must have needed Omega clearance. So, what was it like?
Worse than you can imagine.
He single-handedly wiped out collective human knowledge.
After wiping out the collective human species, or like 99.8% of it.
I'm sure it was still less than he deserved.
Let me guess. You would have scraped him into a jar so you could prod his brain, like what you did with Hades.
For a start.
And then once he was done, or realized he couldn't get any answers, I'd have boiled the son of a bitch alive.
Alright, Sylens, I think I've talked to you long enough. I'll let you know when it's time. And Try not to mess with Tilda while you're in here, okay? I don't need the two of you butting heads.
Ah, yes. I wonder if you understand what kind of person you're dealing with. For someone to live as long as she has, outlast as many calamities, well, your goals may be aligned now, but I'd watch for the moment they diverge.
Yeah, I'm aware. Reminds me of someone else I know.
Survival is only a necessity to my greater purpose, Aloy. I'd hoped you'd recognize that by now.
Do you know something or not?
Oh, I know a great deal of things. But on this, just call it a feeling.
Oh, a feeling. You mean you finally had one? Huh. Guess even you can change, Sylens.
He's biting his tongue. He's got something in the back of his mind that he just doesn't want to say. Alright, now. Where the heck is Regalla? Don't much care for that mystery room, but... Huh. Did I never pop this? I really do have to wonder what's the point of having this here. Can't put that in there. There's only one room left. You in here?
This place smells wrong. No sand or wind, only cold steel. And the others up there, your squad.
They can hold their own. As for this bait,
Call it what it is.
you came here on your own.
For the battle you promised. So for now I wait in my cage for your word.
I gotta ask, how do you sharpen a weapon like that? I don't think you can stroke it. Not with all those
The
teeth.
whole time I've been in the West, I'd at least like to know why.
You were among the enemy. What more is there to know?
Why did you do it?
Dork, Jiroka, Makalo, and the Carja pushed into the desert to raid our people. My brother's squad was among the first to intercept them. But the Carja captured them, strung them up, and burned them alive as an example. It was too late. I found them by the sound of their screams.
So you wanted vengeance?
Vengeance.
No.
I wanted devastation. To tear down the Carja's cities and drown the land in blood. Hunt down every last survivor and grind their bones until the sky chokes on the dust. But my chief betrayed me. Betrayed the Tanakh.
How did Hekarro betray you?
Hekarro called on the clans to resist the Carja's red raids. But we did more than just defend. We hunted them, and they fled as children before a pack of claw striders all the way to their border. There we ripped down their stone walls. Their domain was ours for the taking. But when it came time to push on, Hekarro ordered us to fall back. What soldier retreats when slaughter is at hand?
The kind who wants peace for their people.
Peace is just a lull between vendettas. But I thought my chief had greater tactics than mine, so I stood by him, even when he allowed that filthy Carja to join our ranks.
Fashav.
I enjoyed watching him die at the embassy.
If you wanted him so badly, you should have gone down there and did it yourself. Instead of being killed by some nondescript NPC.
He should have been put down when we first captured him on the field. Instead, Hekarro made him a marshal.
Fashav told me how he became a marshal. He earned it just like any Tanakh.
It was an insult. And then a Carja messenger was brought before us. That's when I knew. Drag his treacherous corpse to the gates of the sun.
Man, I know the desert people, I know the desert clan are like, this bitch is just way too much.
What happened when the
The quivering priest bore a message from their new king. No more war. No more raids. Suddenly the Carja wanted to talk peace. An embassy at the very fortress we tore down. A true Tanakh would never take a Carja truce. Their blood exists to be spilled. But he showed himself a Carja-loving traitor when he accepted. That's when I challenged him.
And lost.
His mercy was just another sign of his weakness.
Bitch, he prayed that you come back to your senses and would stop. Just stop. But no. This woman, the same way that Sylens will do anything for knowledge, she is just driven by pure carnage. There was no reasoning with this woman. If Hekarro couldn't do it, he should have had somebody else. There was no other choice.
I vowed never to rest until the debt was repaid. With him on his knees before me. So with an army of soldiers and machines at my back, I returned.
Repeatedly.
The day you got in my way.
Twice. First with the Slitherfang. When I dropped a jet plane on your head. And then when I showed up on a Sunwing.
The deal you made. Well, how did Sylens approach you?
That name means nothing to me. My agreement was with the Oseram Sarah and her Sons of Prometheus.
So all this time, you didn't even know who you were really dealing with? And you trusted an Outlander?
If it was a trick, I would have crushed her. But she spoke with the same burning hatred for the Carja. And she offered me the chance to run them down with machines. The terror in your enemy's eyes when they see you charge. You know what I'm talking about. I bet you felt it.
I don't think so. What about your end of the deal? Would you have honored it?
Had I killed Hekarro and become chief, these Zeniths would have been the first of the tribe's victories. But because of you, my people continue to consort with the enemy. The tribe of weaklings.
Because of me, hundreds of Tanakh won't throw away their lives in a battle they can't win.
I'm guessing she's never seen a specter. Wouldn't be any point of giving her a focus, but I wonder what she would think of if she saw the recorded battle between me and Eric. She was, of course, there when I fought Gruta, so she knows I can take a punch, and she knows I can take and give a punch. But if she saw how helpless that Aloy was against Eric, and then, you know, saw some footage of those Spectre drones, like when we fought them with Hekarro, or why do I always get the Tanakh names mixed up? But the point is, you know, she might be singing a different tune.
Are you really going to fight alone?
I have no reason to betray you.
Really?
Huh.
I failed to kill Hekarro, failed to eliminate you. No Tanakh would follow me now. The Carja remain out of my... All I have left are the screen. So show...
Alright. I guess we'll both face the end soon enough.
Ever since you got in my way, I've wanted to see your... But if I'm to die, then it might as well be with the one who flew the wings of the 10.
What the hell is Senpai anyway? Two badass ladies.
I'll let you know when it's time to move out.
Dead end. Alright, so I do have it. I know it's in here, but I'm honestly not sure how to open it. Ah, so that's where that goes.
Okay, that console has power now. From the looks of this data, Hephaestus tried multiple times to hack into the repair bay. But doesn't look like it succeeded.
None. So what does this say? I wonder if these were all times that that Gaia repelled it. Reboot, purge. Wait. External firewall. Breach, firewall, countermeasure failed. External override. Oh! External override. That was probably me. Downloading. Reboot, purge. That was when we got rid of Hephaestus. Countermeasure. Intrusion denied. Intrusion denied. Alright. Actually, I'm wondering. Nope, still 1.41. Only one person left to speak to. Little Tilda. There's silence.
A war horn. To summon an army of rebels and machines. Regalla threw everything she had at the Grove. Even in our duel, she was ruthless. Still, I'd rather have her on my side for the fight ahead.
See, even now I'm getting new little bits. All kinds of little pieces of history, memorials from what's come and gone. Just accumulating in here.
There you are.
I've been tackling the design of the Ag Lab. Place is...
Huh. These are scattered...
I thought this place could use a little art.
Something I want to check. Huh. Oh. Yeah, right. Salvage contracts, RCC. So hold on. 1, 2. So 626. I got the feeling that these are the numbers to get into that room, but I just don't know what they are. In the meantime, let's go have words with Tilda.